have any hope of recovering after an affair?
Yes.
This program is about that. You have an opinion.
Yes.
That's good. She's got an opinion. I want you to know something. When couples face an affair in their marriage, but go for help, 4 to 5 of those couples recover. There is hope. But you got to understand, there's issues involved. We talked about the types of affairs. Now, what is the affair saying? What is the message of the affair, Dave?
Well, you have to figure that out if you're going to recover, because there is a hidden statement in it. And oftentimes there are multiple bits and pieces of that statement. It could be an anger that's been a long-term in developing in the marriage that nobody's ever been able to address. It could be a shortcoming in the marriage. It can actually be because the couple have both settled for less than they've ever wanted in their marriage.
And just let it go.
And they just let it go.
Unsaid.
Exactly. And yet one spouse is probably rehearsing, reviewing this in their mind, and so they become vulnerable to somebody else paying attention. You stop doing what you do best. Most couples get in trouble when they stop doing.
And that leaves you vulnerable.
Yeah.
It does. And you know, I often have thought about it. It's almost like with teenagers, when you have a teenager who all of a sudden gets in trouble. And you can focus on the fact that they went out and shoplifted or that they took a car or whatever, but the real issue is they're screaming something.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And that's what you've got to focus on. But you know what? That's hard because you're embarrassed.
Exactly.
And you're just traumatized.
Yeah.
And you want to focus on, why did you do that?
Exactly.
The behavior. Yeah, that's right. And then you hear that all the time, too.
And let me tell you, if my man walked through the door and was saying what his cheating and on, I'd have a hard time focusing on anything else.
Well, everybody... Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I don't doubt that.
Well, everybody that marries says to themselves, if my spouse ever cheats, we're done. I'll never tolerate it. Most people say that to themselves in their head. And then when it happens, they're really kind of up the creek without a paddle, so to speak, initially.
In the break, you made a comment about poaching. Okay, I'm from a hunting and fishing family. So the thought of somebody poaching my husband, no, 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 no. What is poaching?
Well, poaching is the research field where the researchers focus on singles who go after married spouses. Oh my. And it's called poaching. It is a fast-growing rate of research, and it's really built upon the evolutionary model, meaning the younger women choose more attractive men, etc., or vice versa the case. They're going after married people. They figure married people are the best.
Because, okay, why the best? Because it's safe? Because they don't have to have any kind of a relationship?
Well, maybe. Or maybe they're farther along in education. Maybe they're further along in financially. Maybe they're more established. Maybe they have more power or influence in the community.
It couldn't be a game. It could be a fixation.
It is. It is.
Let me tell you, it's true life to me. Get a call from another workplace warning us that a certain gal loved to get the leaders in the sack.
Yeah.
Okay, seriously, loved to get the leaders in the sack.
And
found out that she already had an appointment with 2 of the group in our organization, and I was one of them.
Really?
I'm telling you, but she had already been told that she blew apart one organization, warning, and this is real life people, right? Oh. And so I sent her to work with another counselor, not myself. And I found out within 3 weeks, she was already engaged with another married man who was her helper, right? Because she had it as goal, just like the poaching, right?
Well, you got to remember, sex is very comforting. And when you're a hurting individual, one of the ways that we often self-soothe in this culture is to get involved sexually.
Well, and as women, you think, if you touch me, for a moment, it makes me feel like I'm valuable. You know, and somebody
skin
cares
on skin
about
must
me.
be love, right? Okay. Now, we're going to issue. They have the explosion. The explosion is we discover our spouse has had an affair on us, okay? We have the explosion, okay? But there's 2 issues going on. One is the affair, but the other is recognizing that there's something going on in the marriage that wasn't quite right.
Oh, absolutely.
And we too often focus just on the affair.
That's right.
And it's always because there's something in the marriage not going right?
It doesn't make people have an affair.
Right.
That's never
Yeah, you're going
true.
to get me right back there again.
Yeah, I know. We already had that agreement.
No, that's right. But it doesn't do that. But it does create a vulnerability. Let me tell you, one of the ladies I actually saw, I didn't really believe this at first, but one of the ladies I actually worked with told me, she says, I can walk into an audience and I can tell exactly who's unhappily married. And I always go after the unhappily married person because I hate rejection. Wow. I don't want to get hurt again. Right. So I choose somebody who's going to say yes.
Okay, and I am so ignorant. What are the signals? What do they do? Do they?
I know one. It's going out in public and being alone all the time, sitting alone. You're just basically saying, I'm lonely.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Well, that's true. And you also, I asked her that question. I said, how do you recognize these things? How do you know? She says they send out a signal. You just know. Pretty soon, you develop the skill to look at a crowd like this and pick out people who are unhappily married, and you go after those people.
Is there signals 101? Like, is there a class?
I wish it's that simple. I wish
mean,
it.
that is that is just wild.
Who knows?
Relax. We got another segment. Now, listen, I fear we're creating more questions than answer here because there's a lot of great issues. But if we haven't specifically answered your question, do me a favor. Go to the website, marriageuncensored.com, and we can answer your specific question. Stay with us.